Hello and welcome to my Odeon Cinema Nottingham Urbex exploration. Anyway, I finally got around to exploring this place. It's only been closed like 10 years, so not taking me too long to do it. So I thought I'd go inside it and have a look what the old girl's looking like. And as you can see from the video footage, she is in a pretty bad condition. Floors are falling through, water damage everywhere, bits falling from the roof, pigeons flying around everywhere, and everything is coated in a nice coating of pigeon shit. So it's pretty nasty. So if you're going to go inside it, and you know, I'm not saying yeah, I'm not saying no, but if you do go inside it, wear gloves, wear a respirator mask, wear overalls, I don't know, just wear something that's going to protect you, because it's pretty nasty. Anyway, now that's the health and safety aspect of the video out of the way, go back to telling you a bit more about it. So for anybody that doesn't know, it was originally opened in 1933 as the Ritz theatre, and in the day it was designed so it could show films as well as any theatre productions. And the first film it showed was back in like 1930s, The Private Life of Henry VIII, whatever that was. But it also was a quite a prominent stage as well. You had a lot of like musicians and bands and things played here. So in the 1960s you had things like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Roy Orbison. At one time they've all played in this theatre. Where we are now is in the fly tower in the old theatre, and these are the spiral staircase going up to the roof, but I wouldn't recommend you climb up these unless you're pretty brave or got no fear of death, because they're falling away from the wall and the roof's all rotted. So this is just one of the rope pulleys, I think, that was used for the cinema screen, and all the awnings and things from the actual theatre below it. So as you can see, there's lots of rods and things from the cinema, which was showing where it was actually, the stage here was branched off when it was turned into a theatre. That white wall at the bottom was a convex wall, which is where they used to put the cinema screen. And what that was a big 30, I think about 33 foot by 16 foot cinema screen, just curved round so it looked like you're actually inside it a bit more. So these are just a couple of pictures that I took down here. In the 1960s, the theatre was actually split right down the middle into two theatres. You had the upstairs one, which was screen 1, which at one time held 900 seats, and here downstairs, that's the stage area that you can just see. Here is the area where the screen 2 was, which we had all the matinee performances, and at one time I think this held about 1450 seats. Later on in the 70s, this was split down into 3 separate cinemas. As you can see, the floor is pretty rotted away. There's big holes in the floor, but there's still a few bits and bobs left over. But this big area was now the complete area. All the separations from the screens had all gone, so you could see just how big the actual area was. Unfortunately, there was no natural lighting coming in at all, so all you can see is the lighting we've got from our torches, which is, you know, pretty low. There were a few interesting finds we saw, like this one of the signs that we found from the reception area. But most of the actual cinema, all the cinema equipment, all the seats and things, they'd all been stripped. All that you got left were a few things like this. That's looking up towards the top of the fly tower again, and the stage above it. So this is just some of the things that we found inside it, like shopping trolleys from Morrison's, God knows what they were doing there. A few chairs, bricks, fire extinguishers, gas canisters, there's bloody all sorts inside here. And they were just all like dumped in the middle as a big dumping ground. I think that's something, just one of the old air conditioning ducts that was there. This is a fire door that we found, lead that onto Angel Row. And where we're heading to now is the one of the projection booths and things from screen 2. And if we look out, and the quality isn't very good because the lighting's pretty low, it's just one of the cinema things, you can actually just make out where the screen used to be along that side. If you have a look on YouTube, there's actually a video that shows the last day of filming in this theatre, people actually working the projection room showing you what they did with the films. And the last film to be showed was a history of the theatre, but the last commercial film I believe to be showed back in January 2001 was Castaway with Tom Hanks. and the one where he paints a face on a tennis ball, a baseball I think it was on it, paints a face on a baseball and talks to it for about 1.5 hours. Fascinating film. Well, this, like everything else in the theatre, had actually been stripped out, so all you got left was a few of the old electrical equipments that they used to wire up all the projections to, and a big graffiti on the wall. So that's just one of the electrical outlooks. This is in the main foyer, so where we are now would be where you would have come inside the theatre to buy your popcorn and buy your tickets to go towards the other screens. So they're the main doors, and this is the, you can actually see this from the outside on Angel Row. This is the main shutters. So where I am now, about 2 or 3 foot from people walking by. On the left hand side you can just see where the film poster screens used to go inside. So where we're heading down now is into the old basement area. Now back in the theatre days, this used to be a restaurant called the Carolia. And later on in the 1970s, the basement area was split down to make 2 more screens, Screen 5 and Screen 6. What you can see just here is the remnants of what used to be the Newark Bar in the 70s, and this was left over from the theatre days. We're going to go into the cloakrooms in a minute, which were the old female powder rooms back for when it was the theatre days. And as you can see, the place has been pretty badly trashed, so it must have been used at some point. A lot of people come in here and smashed it up, graffitied on the wall. But we found a lot of evidence that people have actually been living here as well, so if you do go and visit this place, just be aware that there might be people inside there as well. So just some graffiti on the wall about somebody's smelly dad, which is nice. And that's just a picture of some of the stuff that we found on the dressing room table. Okay, so we're heading back out now. The downstairs area is like a T section, so we're heading towards the vertical and the horizontal stroke of the T section. And this used to be the Screen 5. Now down here it was really badly trashed. Water damage everywhere, the floorboards were collapsing underneath our feet, so it was pretty badly trashed down here. But you can still make out like some of the staircase with the old blue Odeon carpet on it. I couldn't get very close, but you can actually see the screen coming up in a moment as well. So that's the stairs that's leading back up into the auditorium, and they were the main stairs down to Screen 5, and that's what's left of Screen 5. This is back up in the auditorium, the screen to Screen 1. And this is a pic I found of it in 2001, back when it was the day before it closed, I believe. So as you can see, it's pretty trashed now. So this is inside Screen 1. This was the main upstairs screen that had 900 seats in it. So you showed a lot of the old matinee productions and things were here, the main films of the time. So this is the stage area. This was all bricked off, and this is where the 33 by 16 foot screen was across it. So if we look out into here, this is all the workings of the theatre area, and this was blocked off from the actual theatre when it was converted into a cinema. All that basically remains, all the seats and things have gone. The only thing that you can actually see the steps where the seats would be, but the only thing that's actually remaining would be the 1960s guillotine you can still see on the ceiling at the top. Unfortunately there wasn't very much natural lighting here to see it, but it used to be like a gold guillotine. But it used to be a very sort of grand elegant theatre with like curtains, very colourful, very lighting. People bring in ice creams around when they had intermissions in the day, a long time ago. And this is at the back of the theatre where you'd have all the velour seats, all the main seats and things, your posh seats. And the fag, the holders in the seat handles and things for the fags and things back in the day when people used to be able to smoke in cinema. The last film I saw here was Empire Strikes Back in the 1990s, when old Lucas messed around with his films and brought them all back out again to make a few $1 million. But being in the theatre and looking at it now, it's a pretty sorry affair. So these are just a few pictures, random pictures I took of the place. And there's still a few interesting features of it left, but it's quite a shame to see it in the condition it's in. That's the boiler room downstairs. But it's going to be turned into like student apartments apparently, so RIP the Odeon. Just a few more pics and things I took on the roof. But anyway, thanks for watching my video. Hope you found it informative. Feel free to leave any comments, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Okay then, take care. Bye bye.